Today what we're going to talk about is one reason why we might be feeling like crap and what to do about it. So my girls in the Cowgirl Up diet know that because I was sharing this with them not too long ago. I was just feeling like total crap. My whole motivation for sharing this video. I was tired. I had no energy. I was actually had no motivation, like borderline depression, if you can believe that. Checked out of social media for probably like 3 months. I had a foggy brain. I couldn't concentrate, bad food cravings. I wasn't sleeping well. I was waking up exhausted, neck pain, back pain, needing to take like Advil every 3 to 4 hours to make it through the day. It was scaring me because my hair was falling out. I was having very frequent periods. I was bloated, moody, cranky, irritable, all the PMS, menopausal symptoms going on. And I knew that really wasn't right. I just wanted to feel like my old self again. And I just wanted to be, back to energetic and motivated and happy like I was used to feeling. And I wasn't sure what was wrong with me. I wanted to wake up feeling rested and not have to live on Advil. I wanted the PMS and the premenopausal symptoms to stop because, early 40s, I'm just too young to be talking about the M word. So I truly, it was scaring me. I contemplated going to the doctor. If they were going to find some type of issue with me, and wanted to medicate me, I just know from years and years of studying this stuff, I wanted that baseline of, a clean diet, a clean nutrition, give my body a chance to smooth out in case it was something that I was doing to it that was causing me to feel like this. So I made this deal with myself that I would go on a 30-day cleanse, a detox, if you will, and cut out all the crap that I knew I wasn't supposed to be eating and just do a little experiment and see if I could correct what was going on. And then if I still was experiencing these alarming symptoms, I would indeed make a doctor's appointment. So what I want to do really quick with you guys here is explain to you what I learned, because I'm going to get into like the detox and all that specifics at a later time. But right now I want to explain to you why I was feeling so crappy, so that you can kind of look, take a look at my story. And if it's something that you need to do, then, if you need to make the doctor's appointment, get in there ASAP, or you can try some of this out and see what path you need to go down. So what I learned, it's just fascinating to me, is I was eating a large amount of certain foods that was actually putting my body in a state of acidity. So the body can, there's a scale of pH in your body. This is what I was learning. And you can be very acidic all the way over in being an alkaline state. And your body likes that nice little neutral place. That's where it functions best. That's where your immunity is supported, where your body's able to absorb all those nutrients. It wants to be there. So what happens when we become very acidic is the body does not like it there. And then over time, it definitely develops these symptoms. So, if we just ate a certain food and then tomorrow woke up with our hair falling out, a period all of a sudden, cranky, like all these things, bam, they happened. It would be a lot easier to identify, I think, but it's such a gradual process, isn't it? At least that's how it was for me. Like I was feeling absolutely fantastic for the longest time. And then it just gradually started declining. It wasn't like, I'm just feeling so, it wasn't like that. It was just this gradual. So, what I also learned was that we can absolutely shift our pH back towards the alkaline state simply by cutting out certain foods and adding in certain foods. So we get rid of and we add in. Just our diet. Like food is seriously medicine. Oh, I love that so much. I would never like swear off medical doctors, but I mean, they totally have their place. But when was the last time you went to your regular family practitioner and they talked about nutrition, right? So I wasn't planning on telling you this story, but the other day I actually went with my grandmother to the doctor for her annual checkup. She just turned 90 this year, amazing health. But she had some concerns that were going on, like she was tired. She, just stuff that was going on after you've lived on the earth for 90 years that happens. And she had these questions for her doctor. And of course he gave her his advice. And do you think one time he asked her what she was eating, what her diet consisted of? No. He wanted to know her meds, which is awesome, and her supplements, like what she was taking as far as medication. But no, not one time did he ask about what food she was consuming. I find that so fascinating. That we don't connect the two. So I digress, but we can actually change the chemistry of our body by what we're putting in. And, a lot of times I talk to a lot of ladies who are like, I know I should, I need to, they use this type of language. I need to eat better. I should, I shouldn't, we use that language a lot. And so what does that language tell me? You don't really want to, right? Like we want to feel better. We want to be skinny. We want to be strong and fit, but we don't want to give up the yummy food. And this is another topic for another day because I digress again, because in my opinion, well, there's lack of knowledge because once we learn something, it's really hard to unlearn it and go against. But on the other side of it is this stuff, like the processed food, the sugar, the things that make us acidic, extremely addictive. And it's hard. Okay, so today, story number 3. Today I was in the grocery store and the lady ahead of me had a huge, shopping cart. I wasn't really judging what she had in there, but she was kind of tripped up at the checkout because she didn't have enough cash to pay for her groceries. And, it's not my place. Maybe, she lives on a budget of some kind, and I commend her for that. She had to put stuff back because she couldn't afford, she didn't have the cash to pay for her groceries. I don't know why. That's not my business. But what I did observe was what she decided to put back. So I noticed that she had a Mountain Dew, a 12-pack of Mountain Dew, and a 12-pack of Coca-Cola, not diet, regular soda on the bottom. On the top, she had 2 flats of bottled water. So in order to come out on her cash end of things, she put back the water and kept the soda. Yeah. I'm like, okay, I'm judging that. Like the money thing, I don't know what her deal is, but... And I'm not like telling, she shouldn't have. I'm not judging that. What I'm more interested in is what's her thought process, right? Because, what's her thought process behind putting the water back over the soda when you have a limited amount of things you can take home and stock your house with? And I don't think we think about that ever, do we? Like, what was her thought process? Anyway, okay, what was so we can, and I'm going to explain to you how we learn, but if we were to anyway, what we can do is shift the pH once we want, like we have to want to. And believe me, when I was in that negative, all those negative symptoms were eating me alive, I wanted to. Like sometimes that's what we have to get hit over the frying pan and have the go up before we wake up and go, okay, I need to make a change. Like that's how sometimes it takes something really bad to make us want to. It doesn't have to. Like you can get motivated by other people's stories, but for me, it was negative that made me decide to make a positive choice. So that's how it was. So let's see here. I wrote some notes to make sure I stay on track. So see how easy I get off. You can shift your body's pH by what you cut out and what you add to your diet. Okay, so here's a quick list of things that we can eliminate, or maybe it's not that any one of these is horrible in small doses, but if that's either all you're consuming or you're really overdoing it, then you can become in this acidic state. So caffeine, too much caffeine, dairy, processed meats, sugar, processed food of any kind, dried fruit, surprisingly, fruit, like if you're just living on fruit, alcohol, soda, diet and regular soda, artificial sweeteners like aspartame, sucralose, and then not drinking enough water. So if you're dehydrated, that's a short, quick list of what can put you in that acidic state. So what do you need to do? Cut those out or decrease them significantly. Then you're gonna sorry. Then you're gonna add back in, of course, what do you think it is? Let me hear you guess. Fresh leafy greens need added in. Those are going to move you into the alkaline state. Avocado, healthy fats, almonds, macadamia nuts, pecans, olive oil, apple cider vinegar, which you think of as being an acidic food in itself, but you can actually consume acidic foods that will take you to the alkaline state. And the opposite is also true. Like fruits, a lot of fruit can test basic, but will put you in an acidic state. So it's worth learning so that you know what you can put in that helps. But anything processed is going to make you become more acidic. The fresh meats in small quantities and fish will help you become more alkaline. And over time, so it's not the same thing, right? Like we didn't become acidic overnight. You aren't going to become alkaline overnight. It's a process and it takes time. So you have to decide what type of person are you. Are you going to be somebody that just goes cold turkey? You're going to suffer through that huge shift that happens, very rapidly, or are you going to decrease all of that out of you? And we'll talk about, my recommendations for that. But those are just some things to consider. And the good news is you absolutely can make that shift. It is possible by what we eat to change how we feel. That's my main message right there, which isn't that powerful? And we have such a healthcare crisis in the United States, right? And probably other countries too. I know we're starting to get some followers from Canada and Australia. So welcome if you're from Australia. I don't follow, the politics and stuff there. So if you are from Australia, I would love to hear if you have that same kind of issues in your country with healthcare and in the obesity crisis that we have here. It'd be interesting. And do you have the availability to the processed foods? I digress. I'm just interested. See, when my brain is firing, I feel fantastic. And I feel like I can solve all the problems of the world, which would be fun. Right. So, all right, I'm going to wrap this up. But what I want to leave you with is a quick action that you can take to decide. So back when you joined me at the beginning of this video, if you could relate or have any of those symptoms that I listed off, okay, I want you to take 3 days and write down everything that you eat, but don't alter it. Just write down what you normally eat. Don't try to clean it up yet. Nothing tragic is going to happen. But let's just take a look at it, what's going on. And that's the best way, is to track. Write down every morsel of food that you would normally eat without judging or trying to be good. And then take a look at it and see, put a check mark next to all the foods that you think are acidic or causing you to be in an acidic state, and all the foods that are alkaline. And you'll be able to quickly see what's going on. Now, the next thing that you could do, this one's even better. It's not that you should skip writing down your food, but this will tell you for certain. These are pH testing strips. So you can just get these on Amazon. I'm sure they're under $10. This one came from a nutrition class I was taking. They sent these to me while we were in the class. And so what you do is, this is a pee stick. And so you would pee on this. And this is what if you're acidic, it's going to be this yellow. And then there is a little chart. That's the word I'm looking for. And then you can line it up and see where you're at. And of course you want to be somewhere in that nice neutral range. So way back when I was testing this stuff out on me, mine actually turned even more yellow than this. And it probably took me about 3 days of cleaning things up to move into probably over here. Yeah. I would get these. So write down what you eat every day and then get you a bottle of these little jobs. And I don't, I don't think it's critical. Just make sure they have good reviews or something. I haven't looked. I've just had these for a long time, so I haven't looked to see which ones are the best. Yeah, that's what I have for you. So go get started on that and see. Because what else do we have going on right now? We need to kind of slow down and take care of ourselves. I know we got the holidays coming. What a good opportunity for some self-awareness. Just remembering the reason for the season and start taking care of numero uno and stop, it's no excuse November. Stop making excuses, as to why you can't make yourself a priority, because you are not going to do anyone else any good until you get to feeling better. That's going to be a priority. All right. What I do have to tell you is right away, I am compiling all this information and I am putting together a new program called the Cowgirl Up Diet 10-Day Detox. And that is going to be available. I think what you guys will have to let me know, but I think it'll be fun if we did it together as a group, maybe like the week after Thanksgiving. So we can, just take some time to analyze what's going on. Awareness is your first step to recognizing where your starting point is. I believe that wholeheartedly. And then we could, the biggest thing is just having that support system. So maybe it's something that we could do together after Thanksgiving, like that first week. So look for some stuff coming there. It'll be very affordable and helpful. So thank you for listening to my digressions and my tutorial on learning how to be healthy again.